I can make time traveling a surprise. Make graveyards feel alive. Break the immortal down to his demise. Look up and beam to the stars so you can turn off the lights. I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. Tonight
We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 and the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Now Tua. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
How about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Tua going to throw. Oh, wide open, complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. The Chargers at 4-5, a game under 500. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
On 2nd and 11 now. Tua. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Michael Pittman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are on the board first here this afternoon. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the 30 on 2nd down, Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to us.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. 20. 5. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this is drilled into him all week, too.
And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And they'll try to run it in with Dobbins. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes, he's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Patrick Mahomes, he can do everything seemingly, and that time he just reared back and let it fly.
And we often talk about hang time for punts, but in this case, we should probably calculate the hang time on that throw because that one hung up there for a long time. And managed to keep going and going until it found its target.
And to put a bow on it, Next Gen Stats saying that traveled an even 66 yards in the air. On first down, Mahomes. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Chargers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. A big play there for L.A. 42 yards. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Over the middle, complete. It's Sutton. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line.
Here we go. Here we go. Black ultra. Right blue. Right.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. That's going to be caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Here's Tua. Touchdown! J.K. Dobbins. He scored on the ground and through the air, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Right back to Tony. He's got another one. On the move past the 40. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Mahomes now on 1st down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. And that's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go for one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with a pass for Sutton is intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll get this one to Kelsey. That's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, 15 yards. And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts this lead down to 13. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this secondary just continues to be a force. Multiple interceptions in this game, and now the pick six.
And the thing about it is once you get an interception as a unit, you think to yourself, okay, we got that. How do we increase it the next time? Get the interception, do a little more damage, and there's your outcome right there. Take it to the house and break down what they're trying to do offensively.
Well, here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Let's go now.
Tagovailoa trying again after the pick six. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
Ready?
Tua sets up to pass it. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From just shy of midfield, Tua. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. The toss here completed to Pittman. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Yellow.
Tua now on first down. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. O.J. Howard in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now stands at 13. So time it up for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Right back to him on first down. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Yellow. Hey, red one, red one.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
It's a game of yards. Third down and 2.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. Now Tua going to try and sneak it.
Well, you just totally get the sense there that a field goal was not in the game plan at all.
And the boys up front, they created the surge. I think they knew that they had the leverage advantage.
Oh, that's a great point there. Being able to get lower than the defensive front, create just enough space. And I love when those quarterbacks get low and slide in there and get it done.
Dobbins will score. Touchdown, Chargers. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Third quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. In motion left goes a tight end. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Chief linemen might have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Let's take it at around the 40. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They're continuing to rock and roll, and at intermission, maybe sometimes you fear after such a good first half of a letdown, but that wasn't the case.
And what I remember most about being in those situations is exactly what you're talking about. You almost have that sense of satisfaction. You're like, we're doing really well. I remember one time someone saying, winning's fun, but so is playing really well. Why would we want to do otherwise? That was the message, to keep the intensity up, to keep things going. And that's exactly what we're seeing here from this team.
That's helped them extend their lead. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Yeah, he pushed forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. They're going for him with Dobbins. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now Tua. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter.
Ready.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Looking to pass. Tua. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
10 cycle. Steal, run. Heel blue.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. And the sack leads to roughly a loss of 6, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on 1st and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But, Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, 1st and goal from the 2.
And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Michael Pittman with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Chargers look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. On the slant, he's got Hardman. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. He's going to take another shot here.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time.
John Johnson with the INT. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. So the penalty on the offense, no need to accept that. They'll decline it, and the interception will stand.
Ready.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Ready.
Now a handoff for Dobbins. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. There for the tackle was Trent McDuffie. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Dobbins. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. 78 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Man open, that's Marquez Valdes-Scantling. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. On 2nd and 10. Tua. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.